Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Astartes Anonymous podcast, where today we are going to become the sizzling skillet of the cosmos, where the galaxy's mightiest warriors trade their power fists for chef hats. This is Chapter Master Chef, the only podcast in the universe where we rank the incredible chapter masters of the Space Marines, not by their prowess in battle, but by their mastery in the kitchen. Who will emerge as the gourmet gladiator? Who will sear their steak to perfection? And who will burn their biscuits? Strap in and sharpen your appetite as we cook up a storm with the stars of the Imperium, as I am once again joined by a Night Lord with a cheese board, an orc devouring pork, and a death guard of veggie lard. I'm your host, Tom, and these are my co-hosts.
What the fuck? I'm in actual, awe.
Firing on all cylinders. Damn.
I don't even remember what I was going to say as the intro.
Cheers, boys.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Lucas, I'm better known as Moots. Yeah.
Honestly, the only thing that would have made that better is if we heard a gunshot and then silence from Tom.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, holy fuck, Tom's coming in strong this episode.
I think in another life I would have done just fine presenting a game show, honestly.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be doing this podcast.
You got the mustache for it, yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
I'll be a fucking Snow White Steve Harvey any day now.
Snow White Steve Harvey.
Right, Aaron and Red, do you want to skip your intros?
Yeah, I tried. I'm done. I can't compete after that.
You want me, the glorious green gourmet, to skip my intro?
Yeah. There we go.
Enough
Shut
said,
up.
Right? Let's get this fucking going.
You eat fucking vegetables.
Skip him. It doesn't matter.
Okay, shall we move on to our models of the week? So, a little special one this time. We've got 3 because we found 3 that we just really liked. So we're going to try and get through these with a degree of haste, I think. So, the first one chosen by Red, the Night Lord over here, who didn't do his intro.
Hello.
But we're just going to roll with it.
They know who I am.
They know who I am, of course.
No one's gonna fucking tune into this as their first episode going, I wonder who the blue guy was. He never said anything.
There'll be one person.
Yeah, well, they don't matter.
You know what?
To me or their parents.
Fuck's sake.
Christ.
May I do the first model of the week, Red?
Yes, go ahead.
So this first model of the week is by Carmen Duchy, and Carmen Duchy has created what he has dubbed Regal Vader.
I was saying
It is simply
Techno Vader.
a yellow and purple Darth Vader miniature, and it looks fucking great.
Yeah. It really does. It's Common has I've seen his minis before. They're wonderfully painted. That purple looks so incredibly nice. That's some good shit.
Just super fucking rich.
Carmen Duchy is
It's
Common Astartes, who we
Yeah.
actually, I believe we featured on a model of the week over a year ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Probably. Nice.
Excellent. Right, next one. Next model of the week. Now, the next 2 were chosen by Moot because he just couldn't pick between them. So the first one is by a fella called Triangular Box. And
Yes.
Triangular Box has created a Blood Ravens Ancient, and it is spectacular.
It looks so nice. This is just how can you say? It's a very, very regal looking motherfucker. That standard looks sweet. I mean, everything looks sweet. It's just super nice.
That checkered swath thing on his torso must have been fucking
Oh,
hell.
it's so good.
That must have been hell. I did that on an Orc Boy axe on a flat surface once. That was bad enough, let alone a fucking curved, clothy bit. Fucking
Have
fair
you ever
play,
finished
honestly.
that orc, by the way?
That's a good question.
Gregor is still incomplete. I'm scared to touch him.
Oh,
If I fuck up that axe, I'm going to cry.
So you'd rather leave it? Okay, whatever. This isn't about Aaron anyway.
This isn't about you, Aaron. Shut up. Right, Triangular Box, you've done an exceptional job. A great, wonderful choice of bits in here as well for this kit bash. It just comes together so beautifully. A little detail that I really like that just, I don't know why it does so much for me, but he's chosen to go with green wax seals to match the wreath on not just his helmet, but on the banner as well. And that I don't know, that tiny detail is doing a lot for me.
I mean, the whole model just looks like almost official. It's really good.
Shall we move on to the next model of the week?
Hell yeah. And this one is by Kikoloko Poo Toys.
Kikolokopo.
Yeah, try saying that fast 3 times.
No, thank you.
And I mean, I'm very biased here. I love Tomb Kings, and this little gremlin of a fella with his scrumptious little face, and I mean, wonderful metallics and everything. It looks super nice. This one.
His fucking giga cocaine finger as well. I've just noticed.
Imagine bumping a line of that bad boy. Goddamn. Goddamn.
Fucking Cetra phone home.
It's not a line, that's a yard. Just fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I was going to say, fucking everything on this model just looks great. And the focus point being obviously the very lovely staff, being the nice, what's it called? Gradiented reds on the handle and the non-metallic metal blade. The individually highlighted little cross bits of different colors, it just slaps. It's just really fucking nice.
Yeah. Looks awesome.
He's done an absolutely exquisite job with this. Excellent job, Kikolokopo Toys. Kikolokopo _toys. Wonderful stuff. So thank you, whose name I'm not saying it again. Thank you, Triangular Box, and thank you again, Carmen Astartes. Now, gentlemen, shall we move on to the main event of tonight's episode? Red, why are you laughing and why am I worried?
Just look at the fucking reference chat.
Just for context, audience, Red is currently fucking around with his Transformers toys and has put a little Lego whale on his... I've forgotten the name of that Transformer.
That's Unicron, you uncultured swine.
Put some fucking respect
on his name.
in his name.
All right, let's move on to the main topic of today's episode before I get murdered quietly for not knowing enough about Transformers.
How dare you?
So, as you can see on the screen behind us is a tier list. A tier list containing, was that 18 or 19 chapter masters?
It was a number, that's for sure.
And an extremely factual and accurate way of grading them.
I can't count beyond 5, to be honest, so this is...
That's okay, I will count for
Numbers
you.
are for nerds.
Excellent. Exactly.
So, our first chapter master, to start off the events of this evening, is the man in blue, the boy in blue himself, Marneus Calgar.
Culinary space.
Of the Ultramarines, in case you didn't know.
Yes, of course. I forgot, so that's perfect. Thank you for the reminder.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for.
I mean, I'm just gonna go out there, culinary space savant, because clearly it's the boy in blue. He can do no wrong, and he's just the best at everything, Mr.
Oh, I've forgotten to say, for this gauntlet
Oh my god.
of gourmet, they have all of them been stripped in their entirety of their plot armor.
Oh, damn.
I know. So they must be rated accordingly.
I see. Well, that makes it a whole lot harder because, I mean...
He'd be competent in the kitchen. That's the entire thing with Ultramarines, is that they're competent. They're just not... They're good at everything. They're just not masters at anything.
May I throw out a little bit of Marneus Calgar lore for the audience? So, if you read that goofy-ass Marneus Calgar comic, where he tears the head off of a Lord of Skulls...
Oh, I forgot about that.
In the earlier chapters, or earlier issues, or whatever, in that comic, you can actually find out what Marneus Calgar was doing before he became a Space Marine. And Marneus Calgar was actually a slave boy to a noble family he actually would have learned to cook as a child. He actually would know how to run around a kitchen and do things. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily translates to being a space marine, but I find it hard to imagine he would go in anything lower than competent in the kitchen.
I mean, okay, so with plot armor, with the Matt Ward plot armor,
yes, the
culinary space savant, easy.
Of course, no, of course.
He's got an apron made out of plot armor.
Yes,
It's the plot apron.
Plot apron, yeah, there you go.
But I'm willing to put him down into a genuine chef, because I still think this guy knows what he's doing in a kitchen. He's above competent. He is the chapter master, the master chef of the boys in blue, of the Ultramarines.
I agree.
I think a genuine chef.
Yeah, he came into the Ultramarines knowing how to cook. It only makes sense that his skills at least a little bit sharpened since then. So yeah, I'd say a genuine chef.
I'm inclined to agree. Yeah, they've got no culture based on cooking, but he knows what he's doing. I don't know. I'd put him in genuine chef.
That's why. I mean, I just think it's only competent in the kitchen.
Why would you say he's only competent in a kitchen, Red?
Because the Ultramarines are good at everything. They're just not great at anything.
That's true. That's true. But he's not just any Ultramarine. He's the Ultramarine.
I guess, yeah, if he's the fucking chapter master, he would be above the standard.
Remember, we could have done that. We could have done, I think I mentioned it to Mooks earlier. We could have done this tier list with chapters as a whole in general, right?
Yeah.
But it's much more interesting to grab a hold of these characters by the gonads and, put them on blast. So we're going to chuck Marneus Calgar in a genuine chef.
A hobby of yours, Tom.
And move on to our next one.
Yeah, avoid the question.
Which is none other than Gabriel Seth of the Flesh Terrors.
Okay. I mean, this guy knows how to fucking cut his meat, alright?
I just think he puts shit in the microwave, honestly. It doesn't fucking matter. He could know all about how to be a butcher or whatever, but he doesn't use anything other than a microwave. He's too fucking impatient to do anything else.
Yeah, he's the sort of guy that'll pull out a chart of a cow, name every single different part what it's good for, and then bite into a raw meat. And it's I mean, I gotta agree. He probably can't operate a microwave.
You know what? I fucking agree with that. I love Gabriel Seth, but it's fucking
it's not smart boy.
Boundless logic.
I mean, this guy puts a fucking nice big old steak in the fucking microwave for 10 seconds, and then he eats it fucking as is.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube of world's best roast chicken, and it's dead ass this guy just shoving a whole raw chicken breast or a whole raw chicken bones and all just in a microwave and just turning it on for 20 minutes. That's literally Gabriel Seth.
Yeah.
I think you're right though. Although I will say this now, I'm going to preempt this because we're going to have more guys coming into this list. Gabriel Seth does know his way around meat. So even though he is definitely going in can operate a microwave, he's going high in can operate a microwave.
That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
Then we just keep that one in mind. Right, Gabriel, get in the fucking microwave.
I think I know. There's one person on this list which I think will go above him on the can operate a microwave list, but we'll get to that.
There when we get there. We'll get there when we get there. Right, next up we have the wall-mounted ornament of the White Scars, the limbless, legless, armless husk of a space marine, Jubal Khan. Now, I want to throw out there that I know Moots has a ton of arguments to this. Now, for context, if you didn't know, Jubal Khan is unto a wall-mounted painting. He is a dreadnought without the dread. He is basically a brain in a jar, but he is still a chapter master of the White Scars.
Yes.
I know that Moots has concocted a bunch of arguments for this man.
Hey, don't oversell me here, right?
as the wall-mounted Mongol that he is. But I'm not sure if we should be that unfair to him.
I mean, technically speaking, I'm going to put him in cannot cook, because he physically cannot cook.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
as a
argument.
technicality, if anything, he could just be used as a fucking cookbook. He himself cannot do any cooking.
Well, I was going to suggest, if we can hook up half-dead Space Marines to dreadnoughts, why can we not hook them up to an oven and a spatula?
he's just got full control of an electric whisk. That's it. That's him.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
we were talking about like sushi stereotypes and stuff the other day, and Red interrupted me to say, "No, Tom, Mongolian barbecue." And I realized when he said that actually Jubal Khan has to go somewhere high on the list, if not for his skill, for his knowledge, right?
Yeah. I would say, theoretically, I think he's a culinary space savant, because he is a master tactician. He knows what he's doing, and
Plus, he's a
quick
fucking
with a
white
blade.
scar.
Plus, he's a white scar.
Plus he's a white scar.
So, however, I mean, considering his predicament of being next to a fucking just a fucking salad bowl himself, it's just, I'm gonna have to say that maybe he can't operate the microwave, but he certainly is the microwave.
Yes.
He can instruct other people on how to cook in really well.
Well, this is it. The head chef in a restaurant is throwing out demands and orchestrating his kitchen as much as he's cooking in it. And the peak culinary space savant needs to do that first and foremost. And he can do that. Even if he can't mix salad anymore. I'm going to go out and say, I'm going to say genuine chef, but if someone insists on culinary space savant, I will yield.
I'm still putting him in cannot cook.
Cannot cook. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, okay, the category. If it's culinary space savant, then I think he would be a savant, even though he lacks arms. He's a chapter master. He'll order some of his men to do it.
Yeah, of course. What do you think, Moots? You can give us some sort of average. I've got 3 different ones I'm working with here.
I think I'm gonna, all things considered of what I said, I think I'm gonna put him in high genuine chef, because I think he definitely knows what he's doing, but since he can't do anything himself, he's kind of limited.
So we've got 3 for genuine. We've technically got 2 for genuine chef, 1 for space savant, and 1 for cannot cook.
So maybe...
Are we prepared to concede that our average is out at genuine chef?
Yes, but behind Marneus.
Calgar.
How fucking dare you?
How fucking dare.
That is the fucking prodigy of Jagadai Khan.
He ain't the prodigy of cooking, though, is he? Look at him.
Yeah, well, you ain't the prodigy.
And so, moving on, our next one is Asterion Moloc, chapter master of the Minotaurs.
Greek inspired.
Yeah?
I'm just saying Greek food. Pretty fucking nice. However, I think he's more interested in just skewering other fucking space marines. So I'm gonna say he actually is just a gravel eater, because I don't think he cares for food unless the food is space marine shaped. So
He's not a fucking cannibal, Moots.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think he's nearly as interested in cooking food, so he just fucking
he's a paranoid wreck. He's constantly in fucking anxiety-induced attacks about people finally getting sick of his shit. So if the fucking High Lords of Terra or Gilliman order him to cook something, I guarantee you he's gonna fucking figure out how to cook something.
I'm going to be honest, I'm seeing Red's logic, and I see what you're saying, Moots. He definitely is some kind of imbecile at his core. However, he is a dedicated man. There are other individuals on with this list that we know are a little bit on the inept side. And Asterion Moloc isn't one of them. I would say cannot cook, but Red has convinced me that in the right circumstances, he could work out how to operate a microwave.
Yeah, through the sheer indomitable human spirit, he could work a microwave. Yes, I
There's
agree.
nothing fucking human about Asterion Moloc.
No,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
no.
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I want to specify that I mean that he could absolutely, if he wanted to. I just don't think he cares enough. But you know what? I'm willing to give that. Yes, he, if ordered to, he definitely would. So I'm okay with putting him in, like, competent in a kitchen.
Well, let's not be too hasty.
No, okay, all right. Well, I'm just saying my opinion here. All right.
All right, so I'm going to confidently say Asterion Moloc of the Minotaurs can, in fact, operate a microwave.
Agreed.
Yeah, like you're the best you're getting is a TV dinner.
But I'd probably say behind what's his nuts.
Gabriel Seth. Yeah, Gabriel Seth can operate a microwave, and he'll
Man,
actually be able to
this is-
recognize what he's putting
That would
in
have
the
been
microwave.
that would have been a great segue into a Factor sponsorship.
Right, Asterion Moloc, you're going behind Gabriel Seth, because he, at this moment in time, is the peak microwave user. Right, gentlemen. Next up, we have the Supreme Grand Master of the Dark Angels, Azrael.
You know, this boy to me screams the old meme of autism be damned. This boy can cook. Or this boy can grill. Alright? And I'm gonna put him at competent / low genuine chef for this one. Right?
I'm gonna have to agree with that. I think competent in the kitchen, but on because I mean, I'm thinking he knows how to cook a really nice medieval meal, but it's a medieval meal, so you know it's.
He's a gravel eater because he would sooner like dive to the ground and start eating actual gravel than give up any recipes in the Dark Angels cookbook because it's a secret, and he would have to assassinate fucking everybody.
You know, I'm not a fan
goodness.
of Dark Angels either, alright. But these boys have definitely got some secret recipes if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right? Secret ingredients, recipes. They probably got like the fucking your boy shit. What's his name? Fucking Kitchen Nightmares fella in like a servitor in the back.
Gordon,
cooking up a
Gordon,
storm.
they've got the
Gordon
servitor
Ramsay is
of
a
Gordon
servitor, that's it.
Ramsay.
Here's Gordon Ramsay's severed fucking head.
They
In
got
the
this
Dark
head in a
Angels
jar,
reliquary.
Futurama style. Just fuck.
I gotta be honest, I see what you're all saying, except for you, Red. I just know you kind of hate Dark Angels. It makes sense to me that Azrael has the knowledge. Whether he's got the skill, I don't know. But unlike the other two down below, he actually has more than a manual for a microwave. He has a manual for a toaster oven.
No, he has an air fryer
Oh yeah,
because
oh,
they have
absolutely.
Dark Age checks. He has an air fryer.
Do not, and I repeat, do not tell the Mechanicus about it.
Oh yeah, of
You've
course
seen
not.
the toaster memes. We do not need the air fryer memes. Can we come together, gentlemen, and agree that Azrael of the Dark Angels is competent in a kitchen?
I would say so, yeah.
I agree.
Red? Go on, Red. Where do you want to put him?
In the gravel slot where he fucking belongs.
Okay, now imagine he's not a Dark Angel. Imagine he's something else. And now do you still have the same opinion?
On the
Red, Thramus was a long time ago.
Thramus was a long time ago, for fuck's sakes. Fine, whatever. Competent in the kitchen. I don't care.
Red's like an old war veteran that still holds all the grudges.
Right, he's going competent in the kitchen. Now, the next one, I'm going to have to defer to Red's knowledge because I don't know a lot about him. This is High King Arucatas of the Emperor's Spears. So this is the chapter master of the Emperor's Spears chapter.
Oh yes, High King Arucatas, or the fuck his name is. If you don't know, the Emperor's Spears are that chapter that's going around in Imperium Nihilus collecting literally fucking everything that isn't nailed down and has a fuck off massive war fleet. They're allegedly fucking Ultramarine successors, but are actually fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're straight up fucking almost damn near evil to an extent. Like they fuck up civilians just for the fuck of it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the best he knows how to operate is a fucking microwave, and that is a stretch.
Well, this is the thing about Arucatas. We don't know an awful lot about him or the Emperor's Spear, so we kind of... He's really a left field pick for this tier list, right? So we have to go out on a limb. He is a barbarian plundering king. But one has to wonder, Red, in his years, his decades of service and plundering, could he have ever plundered a pasta strainer?
A pasta strainer.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, oh, what the fuck is this? It's just like a fucking bowl with holes in it. This is fucking worthless.
Let me put on my fucking tinfoil hat while I'm at it. What the fuck?
Fucking is it?
I'm just saying, he might know more than the microwave. You know, he might have had chance to use some more esoteric cooking equipment. Not quite as much as Azzy, but
because the Italians are coming up with esoteric cooking equipment. What the fuck? What do you mean by that, man? What do you mean by that?
Hold up, Aaron. Aaron, do you know about the process of making fucking pasta? You dry the wets, you wet the dries, you dry the wets again, and then it's a process.
Actual brain damage.
What are we going to say, Red?
He is a barbarian, so he probably knows how to fucking barbecue, to be honest.
That's actually a fair shout. You can't underestimate a good barbecue.
That was going to be my argument as well, actually. I think we're looking at the genuine chef here. Because, I mean, obviously, with that spear, grill master. I'm just saying.
Grill master.
Grill master. High grill master art. Honestly, and they have a lot of men to feed, so it wouldn't be out of the question that they just have really big fleet-wide barbecues every Sunday.
Actually, and when you hold up, if you think about it, the way they operate as a chapter, it kind of infers that they're going around needing to try new things, experimenting, trying different meats, different seasoning. You know, whatever they find, they're trying new things.
You're there as an Emperor's Spear Marine. I was like, hell yeah, man. It's attempted Taco Tuesday today. What are we gonna get? I don't fucking know.
We're going to fucking land on the nearest planet and see what they got.
You know what? Fuck it, yeah, genuine chef. I'm down. That's funny as fuck.
Hell yeah.
I think I agree. I think genuine chef is where he needs to go. What do you reckon, Red? Genuine chef?
Yeah, genuine chef.
Right, ahead of or behind the White Scar wall mount?
It's probably ahead because he actually has his fucking body.
Wait, did we all say genuine chef?
Yes.
Yes.
Then put him ahead of Marneus.
I think ahead of Marneus, yeah. That makes sense.
You reckon? Honestly, the Grill Master is ahead of the...
Marneus was contended. So yeah, I think this is flat out number one big chef fan.
The number one Ultramarine. Outdone by alleged Ultramarine successor. I'm just...
No, I'm happy. Listen, if you guys are happy with it, I'm happy with it. I personally don't see it, but I'm being outweighed here democratically.
Fuck yeah, Emperor Spears are sick.
I love democracy.
Democracy manifest. Right, gentlemen, we must move on to our next entry in this list. This next one is High Marshal Helbrecht of the Black Templars. So, High Marshal Helbrecht is a master of many, many men. He has lots of men. In fact, he has men coming in and out of the wazoo.
Whoa.
All the men.
Coming in and out of what?
Men.
Whoa. Men.
Men. Plenty of men.
You make it sound like he's fucking Robin Hood and he has merry men with him.
His men are not merry, but they are muscular. They are sweaty, and they are men.
Whoa.
What? I thought this was a fucking cooking list, Tom.
Have you never been in a kitchen, Red? Have you never been in a chef's kitchen? It is sweaty. Have you seen the chef for the President of the United States? That is a muscular, sweaty man.
I'm not. Okay. I'm okay.
We're not making this a sex episode. Not again.
So, High Marshal Helbrecht, can I hear any arguments?
I would immediately say actual gravel eater.
Why?
Yeah.
Because this man's dedication is to the Emperor, not to the kitchen, okay? He is the most honor-bound, strict, hardcore son of a bitch in the fucking whole Imperium. The leader of the Black Templars, the most zealot, devout legion. That man doesn't care what he fucking eats. He'll eat anything to get the job done. Flavor is not something he has a concept of. He is just getting the job done. He does not know what an oven is, a microwave, or anything.
Whilst I see what you're saying, and I agree with your logic, I think your logic better suits putting him in cannot cook. I know what a gravel eater looks like, and Helbrecht is no gravel eater. Sure, he can't cook, but he's not going to be eating dirt and sand and shit.
Yeah, he has men for that.
See? Men.
Oh my god, Tom.
I don't know.
Manly men.
I'm just saying, I think... I mean, have you guys ever eaten German cuisine?
Yeah, I have. The first thing I ate when I got to Germany for the first time, I was fed vinegar pickled cauliflower, and I wanted to tear my tongue out and eat that instead.
Have you ever had a nice bratwurst?
No, I've
Or
never
a
had a nice
schnitzel.
bratwurst.
Or a schnitzel?
What even?
No, I can't.
That sounds like a curse word.
Okay, look, Helbrecht might not know how to cook, but he definitely knows how to brew.
I think so. Like, I mean, I'm thinking, my logic is this, that I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's not incompetent. He just maybe has other people doing it for him rather than doing it himself.
No, I agree. I agree completely, which is why I would say cannot cook, not necessarily an actual gravel eater.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to cook. He's too busy leading the crusade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's
Right.
fair.
Can I get a show of hands for cannot cook?
Aye.
How okay. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do that.
We'll make it work. Right, I'm chucking him in cannot cook. There you go, Helbrecht.
I'm not convinced, but democracy has rules today.
That's how it works. I'm afraid, Aaron. That's just how it goes. Maybe democracy will swing your way with this next entry. Who is the oldest man in the Imperium, bar like 24 other people? Dante of the Blood Angel. Certainly the saddest man in the Imperium.
This guy tries to microwave a hamburger, and the hamburger he burns the hamburger somehow, and then he pleads to Sanguinius to kill him, and that's I'm gonna safely say cannot cook. I don't think.
Well, hold up. He might be espresso depresso, but the Blood Angels are artisans. You are not telling me that Dante goes down to the corner store and buys a Rustler's burger just to shove that shit in a fucking microwave. That's not the Blood Angel way, and you know it.
I was about to say, Tom, as a fellow UKian, could you imagine someone fucking up a Rustler burger?
I know. I saw my younger brother manage it because he put it in the microwave without taking any of the wrapping off. And what he pulled out was just this crumpled plastic mess around a perfectly microwave Rustler's burger.
Wait, do you guys actually have fucking microwavable hamburgers? What the fuck am I hearing?
Yeah, they're made out of meat, offcuts, and cancer. They're wonderful.
I'll put one in the reference image for you, but you better put one on the screen right now, Tom.
I'll put one on the screen.
What?
This, ladies and gentlemen, that Aaron's putting in the podcast references tab is a Rustler's hamburger. If you don't have these, it's probably for the best.
For the best.
It looks actually fucking awful.
What?
You grabbed a picture of the barbecue rib, you actual monkey wrench.
What?
They're all the same. You all just microwave all of them.
Hamburgers.
It doesn't matter what flavor I grab, they're all the fucking same.
Fucking. This is some fucking steamed ham moment right here. What the fuck?
The cheeseburger is probably the most dystopian thing I've seen. There's the veggie one. Oh my god, I haven't
We
seen
should
that
have.
before.
This.
You know what? We should specify. Are they cooking like actual food or like British food in these fucking in
Yes.
the chef
Well,
list?
listen, man, they're all of their own sort of stereotypes and ethnicities and nationalities and space nationalities. Just leave it up to your imagination, honestly. We should probably be all grateful that there is no chapter that's very obviously based on the British.
That's the Emperor of
that's the
Mankind.
Dark
What are you talking
Angels,
about,
for
man?
fuck's sakes.
Oh yeah, that's the Dark Angels.
That explains a lot, actually. Yeah, it explains a lot.
Right, gentlemen, I'm going to go back to what I was saying before we all get cancer from looking at Rustler's burgers. I really honestly think Dante deserves to be in. I know I'm going to get shit on for this. I think he's a genuine chef. The Blood Angels are artisans. Dante has been around for so fucking long that I cannot fathom putting him behind.
We can't keep putting these fuckers
Azrael.
in a genuine chef.
I believe
Dante could operate a fucking microwave at most at this point.
now. I believe, due to his years of experience, he's in space savant.
Damn.
Mainly because this man has so much fucking time and had time on his hands that he's picked up like every hobby in the book to deal with his depression. Baking, he's had 100 years of baking.
No,
You think about like fucking like sandwiches, he's made 100 years worth of sandwiches. He's mastered the arts of all these things. Doesn't help his depression, but he's gotten damn good at it while doing it.
You're absolutely right. I don't know if you've seen House MD, but at the start of, I believe, the 7th season or 6th season of House quits being a doctor. He goes into hospital for mental therapy and whatnot, and when he comes out to help with his depression and chronic pain, he goes into cooking and becomes literally overnight one of the best chefs ever. And I assure you, Dante has done the same thing.
Yeah,
That
but
was
the
a
problem
Tom.
is that House is a much more interesting character than Dante.
Oh. Snap. All right. See,
Blood Angels fans fucking squeal.
see here. I'm gonna have to disagree on all of that because fucking as we see him in his own book Dante and the Devastation of Baal. Literally, what he does when he's upset is he goes and eats one of his servants. He it doesn't matter that it's like his oldest friend or whatever. He just fucking he chomps down on that poor bastard whilst crying. It's fucking
It's cool.
Yeah.
Calls a
Christ.
council, rolls
Really?
a dice. Oh.
He just said fucking curse is bad. The fuck?
Now, boys, here's a question. Do you think after the devastation of Baal, they got really good at cooking Tyranids? Because they had enough to deal.
Can you even eat a
I think that's
Tyranid?
a Baal specialty. It's like roasted ripper
Can
or something.
Nah,
Can
nah.
you eat a Tyranid?
I honestly feel like eating Tyranid would give you some extraterrestrial squits. I don't want to play that game.
We should fucking rank a Xenos fucking edibility list, honestly.
Edibility, yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
It's going to get real close to cannibalism. Like, some of these Xenos are very human. I'm just saying.
but not 100% human. All right.
Eldar, I'm just going to say it. Eldar probably tastes like chicken.
Yeah, and Necron probably tastes like cast iron.
Yeah. I mean, ironically, there's a very funny series on Netflix at the moment called Delicious in Dungeon that's pretty much all about eating monsters. So it hits a very similar note.
Is this
Aaron,
another
no,
fucking
keep your anime recommendations to yourself. Shut up.
Fuck.
The people need to hear
Aaron,
it.
shut up.
Let
me speak.
You fucking
Right, gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and put in, because Aaron's actually convinced me. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a cast a vote for Dante. I'm gonna say culinary space savant.
Nah.
Yeah, that's too.
No.
Cannot cook. Cannot.
Hey,
He
it's
Wait, no,
cannot
but-
cook, really.
He eats people and fucking sleeps in a puddle of blood.
Look, he gets a bit sad, and when he gets sad, he decides like, oh, I gotta munch on something to like
And then he
feel
eats
less
the
sad.
fucking
And he
mortals.
But that doesn't mean that's all he eats.
All right, hold up.
because
hold up.
when we
We're
see
tallying
him
votes here,
other-
boys.
When we see him otherwise, he's just eating at a banquet, and then it's like we don't like. I mean, It's just
that man could have cooked that whole banquet for all we know.
no,
Right?
because we know it's made by servants. They blood angels have so many servants. They rely so heavily on these fucking people to do their extra, like the other work. I stand firm at cannot cook.
Nah, Moots, my guy, you're embarrassing yourself. Red, which category do you want to put him in?
He cannot cook.
Amen.
All right, so we've got 2 for culinary, space savant, and 2 for cannot cook. That averages him as competent in the kitchen. That's a fact. Now, do we want to concede that he's ahead or behind the Dark Angel?
Behind.
I would say ahead, because the Dark Angel didn't get 2 space savant.
All right,
votes.
I'm happy to let Red be the tiebreaker on this. Red, is he ahead or behind Azrael?
Behind.
Red's
my
Red
man.
being
My man.
pro Azrael. That's a fun one.
I'm not pro Azrael. I'm anti Blood Angel. Fuck's sakes. I hate both those fucking chapters, and the fans are annoying.
Man's bias is what he is.
Hey,
He's allowed his opinion.
Hey, I'm
Right,
just
he's
a
allowed
realist. I guarantee you that no Night Lord fucking chapter master would be able to cook at all.
That would stand to reason it. Right, next up, gentlemen, we have the head of the Iron Council of the Iron Hands, and that is Kardan Stronos. Now, I like the Iron Hands as much as the next guy. I really like the Iron Hands. I like all sorts about them. I love their successors. And I mean this with all the love in the world and no disrespect, but Kardan Stronos is a gravel eater.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah,
an actual picture of him?
He needs the iron from the gavel in his body.
I mean, he is when you think about the characterization of the Iron Hands, it is a whole lot of this hyper efficient robotic machine that has no sense of humor, no personality. It's efficiency, right? Kardan Stronos is an exception to that rule because he was taught by Iron Father Feros, who is basically a joker. And so he's a light-hearted fellow. However,
I'm the Joker.
he is still an Iron Hand, and I think that this idea of efficiency in combat is gonna carry on over to the kitchen. I honestly, I don't even reckon he can operate a microwave. I don't think he even knows what cooking means. I think the closest he comes to cooking is like putting a straw in between the grills in his face hole and squirting some fucking corpse starch in there. He's a gravel eater, pure and simple.
Yeah, that man has no mouth.
He's a simple
he
man.
has no taste buds.
The dirt is good enough for him.
Now, see,
A
He can
strong
look at the dirt,
Medusian
calculate
diet.
the nutrients from that.
I'm gonna disagree on this, and I'm gonna say nobody knows how to operate a microwave like him. I think he is at the top. I mean, if nothing else, he is the microwave.
Are you saying, I'm so sorry, but are you saying that the meme of the guy who puts a whole roast chicken in the microwave, does Kardan Stronos put the chicken in the microwave and it actually comes out really good?
Yes, I think
Fuck.
so.
We never said if they were feeding themselves or other people, to be fair.
We're grading the food, right? It doesn't matter.
I mean, he can operate a microwave as a piece of machinery, sure, but when it comes to the food side, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He hasn't eaten solid food in over 400 years.
Yeah, I think Red's right. You could have the best sword in the world. You could have the best sword in the galaxy, but if you're Jubal Khan, you're still not using it. So I think Red's got a point. He could have all the knowledge in the world on microwaves. Doesn't mean jack shit if he doesn't know what a Rustler's burger is.
Fuck.
I'm going from like one end of the spectrum to the other because these are both very convincing. But I'm gonna have to even out on Gravel Eater.
He's a fucking gravel eater.
Look, we'll split the difference. He's a culinary gravel eater. He knows when the gravel is rich in iron.
All right, sorry, Moots. I'm putting him in gravel eater, my friend.
No, that's fine.
Where he's going. Right, next up, we have the most unknown chapter master for one of the most well-known chapters in the entire setting. This is Gregor Dessian of the Imperial Fists. Now, there's almost no information on this guy because he basically came into power after the fall of Cadia, which means his tenure is very, very short. So what we're basically doing here, boys, is we're going to take a person and we're going to say this person is generic Imperial Fist number 1. Now, maybe there's a book out there that has Gregor Dessian in it. If there is, I haven't read it, so we're going based on our knowledge of the fists here, I'm afraid. So just take what we say here with a grain of salt. It's not like this list was particularly serious in the first place.
What? I thought it was. I've been taking this entirely seriously.
What?
What? Really? Right. Gregor Dessian of the Imperial Fist, boys. What do we think?
I think he can operate the microwave. I think.
Oh yeah.
He's just very efficient, I guess. He takes that damn cursed British cancer burger and he shoves it in there, cooks it for the exact perfect amount of time. No more, no less. You know, as soon as the microwave does the first beep, he just opens the microwave, and then he eats it, and he enjoys that damn cursed burger.
Well, this is it. This is it. If you go to a shop like a or whatever, and you buy a cookbook, you can become a You can become a genuine chef if you are able to follow the instructions you are given to the letter. And an Imperial Fister is nothing but an individual who can follow his instructions to the letter. You're not going to catch any grandiose, avant-garde bullshit from an Imperial Fist. But if you give him a hyper-complex meal recipe, he will make it to the number. And I think that alone deserves to put this yellow fella in genuine chef.
You know what? I don't think his passion is in cooking. I think it's in baking.
You reckon?
See,
Care to explain?
now I'm going to...
I think it's funny. he fortifies the walls of the cake, much like the fortresses of Dorne.
Fucking idiot.
This cake has many layers, and I'm fortifying it with cream.
Yeah, he uses an actual trowel to fucking glaze it rather than the fucking brush.
Like, straight up. Like, he's gonna give you a fucking cake, and it's gonna be like cake like no other.
See, now, I'm going to go for the complete opposite side. I'm going to go cannot cook roughly. Because I'm pretty fucking convinced that the Imperial Fist fuel themselves by eating the fucking walls halfway through that they're building to keep themselves going for pure efficiency's sake.
Build wall, shovel cement into mouth, build wall, build.
Literally, there we go. Like, it's just high nutrient cement, man. It just keeps them going. I don't think they'll give a shit.
I think you're insane and taking the piss out of the fists, but I appreciate the effort.
They're on bulk season. And fucking, there's nothing like fucking concrete to bulk.
Do you know how many carbohydrates are in a kilo of uranium?
Look, Maximian Voss knows his fucking dietary supplements.
Yeah, actually, I can't argue that. That's the man I wish to be, bar the height. That's more Moots' bag.
Shut up.
All right, listen, I'm going to say it. I genuinely believe that Gregor here is at the low end of genuine chef.
I would say high competent in kitchen.
I think I'm going to stick to can operate a microwave, to be honest.
Genuine. He's a genuine chef. That's an Imperial Fist we're talking about. Those guys follow shit to the T.
So you got one cannot cook, one microwave, and two genuine chefs. So probably, high competent in kitchen.
All right. We're putting him ahead of Azzy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Right, gentlemen, the next up we have probably the lowest IQ individual of all the gentlemen on this list. A man who probably should go back to school, step down, go to a retirement home, fall asleep, and die in his sleep. Logan Grimnar. Now, I like Space Wolves as much as the next guy, but let's not pretend this is a man of intellectual character, shall we?
Hey, you don't need intellect to cook a nice fucking meal, alright? I'm gonna go ahead here and say genuine chef, because fucking, here's my argument, right? Nobody knows how to eat like a Viking. So,
Yeah, no, that's my point as well.
You mean nobody knows how to eat raw food like a Viking?
Look, I don't get no. That's immediately your fucking argument's thrown out. You have fermented cod in your fucking country. Put him in Gravel Eater.
no.
Also, to double down on the IQ point, Moots, bar his
He's
IQ,
not a fucking Viking.
for
Also,
9 lovely days and fed me very well.
Go on then, Red. Where do you think the furry belongs?
Gravel Eater below the fucking Iron Hands fucker.
Oh my god.
Because while
Yeah,
the Iron
that
Hands
one coming.
fucker can't eat solid food, he chooses to not eat real food.
I bet this will make me stronger. Oh, Lehman Russ will be real proud of me now.
just chewing stones off the ground.
Yeah, fucking.
I'm gonna say high competent in kitchen. Because it is true. You always see the fucking images of like grandiose Viking feasts in the big mess hall and stuff with the big thing of mead, and they know how to make actual alcohol unlike any other Space Marine legion. That Brewmasters is worth something.
Yep.
And yeah, they're gonna have the big fucking legs of whatever equivalent to a lamb is in fucking Warhammer universe and shit like that. I think high competent is fair.
Counter argument, he's a fucking space wolf.
For all the hate I give the Space Wolves otherwise, I'm gonna give it to him either to a low genuine chef or high competent in
You're
the
a
kitchen.
fucking traitor to your people.
I gotta be honest, at first I wasn't particularly seeing myself being swayed by your arguments, because you sounded like a fool. However, you've made some good points. You don't
Thank you.
need brains to cook, you need heart. And whilst Logan Grimnar has no brains, he has heart. So I will agree, he should be at least mid to low genuine chef.
Hey, man.
You're all fucking disgrace.
Right. I think we're going to average him out. Do we want to put him in low genuine chef or ahead of the fist
You can't
incompetent?
put every single fucking one of them in genuine chef, you fucking idiots.
No,
This is a democracy.
It's not a fucking
I'd say ahead of
democracy. It's a
Azrael.
fucking space wolf. The dude lives on a frozen fucking hellscape. He doesn't wash himself. He lives in a future where they have fucking superpowers and big ass fucking armor, fucking tank power armor. He rides a sled pulled by 2 wolves.
My man is totally happy to, like, suspend his disbelief until it comes to the Space Wolf. At this point, he wants to put his foot down. This is a realistic setting. We have to be realistic about the Space Wolf
I'm
being a
just
tool.
saying is that you can't argue this guy's a genuine chef when he still uses a fucking sled to get around.
Oh my god.
He's literally fucking like a dumbass.
Hey, you know, some chefs walk to work, man, and that's even less than a sled.
Have you ever had fucking what Viking? You know what the fucking food that they cook is? They kill a fucking dirty animal, then they throw it on the fire. That's it. That's all they fucking cook.
Nah.
And half the time, it's probably not
there's
even
more to it than
fucking
that.
done
Also-
right. All right.
So no, that's total bullshit. But Vikings used to wash religiously on like the weekend.
No, this is true. This is
consistently,
actually a true
every
historical
single
fact.
fucking time.
Vikings actually, when Vikings invaded what is now the United Kingdom, they actually did bring personal hygiene with them. They actually were the
Why didn't
the
you fucking
primary
keep
source
it in
of that.
Britain though?
Listen, man, I don't make the rules. All right,
Yeah, he's not a fucking
Right.
Viking either. Fuck him.
right. I'm putting him in high competent in a kitchen. I think that averages him
He's a
out.
fucking dirty fucking space wolf. I fucking hate
Red, I
this.
think your bias is showing, man.
So like with everything we've said, I think I'm gonna have to be like fair to Red and say that maybe like he goes like low competent in a kitchen, or I think.
I mean, I can concede him being behind Dante. In
You're
my
putting
mind,
the
I'm happy to
fucking.
make
that's-
You're
that
putting
math.
the fucking
That's
discount
pretty fair.
fucking wannabe Viking above the fucking Iron Hands dude.
Red, this is a democracy. You're going to have to live with it. Moving on. We will now move over to Pedro Kantor of the Imperial Fists.
I really don't know a lot about the
He's Spanish. He's a
Fists.
culinary fucking space savant.
As a Frenchman, that's sort of like
Yeah, shut up. You've never had Mexican food. You fucking dirty fucking Frenchman. You already fucking got Logan Grimnar far higher than he should have been. Fucking put him in the fucking top, Tom. He's fucking Pedro Kantor. This dude knows how to cook a fucking meal, all right?
I will say that, listen, we know a few things to be true about Pedro Kantor, right? We know he's a people pleaser. We know he's got that Spanish sort of Latin American kind of inspiration going on, right? We know that those two things combined make some of the best food known to man.
Yeah. No, and, and as I was gonna say before Red bombarded me, I was gonna say, even though it hurts me, I do agree that he's like probably culinary space savant. I think that is fair.
I'm inclined to agree. I'm inclined to agree. I bet he makes... You think of like the traditional American breakfast, right? You can think of your traditional Spanish European breakfast, your traditional Mexican breakfast. He goes into the kitchen in like for half an hour and comes back out into the living room, the breakfast room, whatever the fuck, the table. And he's got a platter, and he's got all three of those breakfasts ready to go. Mm-hmm. You know, you haven't had eggs until you've had Pedro Kantor eggs. Trademark. You know? Right, I'm putting him in the culinary space savant.
I'm inclined to agree, because I don't know much about him.
Don't worry, ignorance is bliss. Right, next up, we have Lias Issodon of the Raptors chapter.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I know jack and shit about this character.
He can operate a microwave.
But speaking out of a perspective of like what I know about the chapter itself, I am inclined to agree on can operate a microwave. I think clinical precision is exactly what these guys operate in, and
the fucking thought of a microwave equates to clinical precision to you.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then what are you saying, Moots?
I'm saying he does a thing precisely as needed, and that's what I mean.
He presses those buttons on the microwave very precisely with almost clinical precision.
Yes, exactly.
What do you have Parkinson's? Moots, do you have Parkinson's when you fucking put like? Who doesn't press a microwave buttons with clinical precision? Do you just suddenly have to fight the urge to shake off the demons whenever you open up the microwave?
I see what Mooch is saying, to be fair. The dude does nothing in excess.
Thank you.
I understand his point. Like he makes scrambled eggs. He doesn't add in salt, pepper, chives, onion, nothing. It's very clinical scrambled eggs
and precise.
He gave you 3. Measured it out. Bosh. I would say can operate a microwave, but low operate a microwave.
I'd be inclined to put him behind the Flesh Terror and ahead of the Minotaur, just because the Flesh Terror means well, the Minotaur does not mean well. This guy is bare fucking bones neutral, honestly.
Seth means well.
He means well with his food. He means well with his food. Okay, he knows his difference from a cut of beef to a breast of chicken, all right?
He just doesn't care to prepare it.
I'm not even convinced Asterion Moloc could ID meat if he saw it, okay? He just knows what a microwave is and how to put something in it. Lias Issodon belongs in between.
I'm inclined to agree, yes.
I agree.
Alright, that's where he's going.
Right,
unless Red has any exquisite argument to put before us now.
No, apparently I can't fucking win any arguments. You got fucking Logan Grimnar and fucking stupid.
Red is never gonna let me or anyone else live that down.
You know, fuck you. You said you were Swedish, you piece of shit.
I am.
This is betrayal to everything.
I have eaten Viking food. It's nice.
You fucking fermented cod.
Fermented cod is not Swedish. That's some fucking Icelandic bullshit right there.
Yeah, they're actual Vikings, though.
Whoa.
Right. Listen. In the next couple of weeks, we'll do a roast moots episode. Save it for then.
They'll just grab the pieces of art we found errors in. This is shit. That's bad. Fuck this shit.
You're too short. You're bald. You got cancer.
Fuck. Shit. I'm just surprised none of you mentioned about cancer. I'm happy about that.
I literally just said.
Oh, I didn't hear that. No, sorry, I choose to ignore it.
Just like you choose to ignore how fucking far you are from the fucking countertops.
Right. Next up, gentlemen, we have Vulkan, Tushan. Is it Tushan? It is Tushan.
Mm-hmm. It is Tushan, yes.
The Salamanders chapter.
May I begin this one?
By all means.
Bold claim, but good reasoning, I assure. Culinary space savant for two main reasons.
Okay.
This man knows his fucking fortune, alright? This man is like one of the best in the Imperium. He's killed his 3,000 enemies. He's made his cooking knife out of the iron in their blood. And he uses that to dice up any sort of ingredients and feed it to all the people that the Salamanders rescue post fucking war on any sort of planet. Fat off, proper lovely made, hearty like fucking stew, soup, hot pot style fucking thing, and feeds it to thousands like a soup kitchen in like fucking New York or something. I think Red's familiar. He's been there a couple of times.
What?
But
yes, Red was fed by Vulkan Tushan last year.
In New York, no less.
In New York, no less. A city he's never been
calling
to.
him homeless, but but this man would know how to cook because he feeds fucking probably God knows how many like random civilians and stuff they rescue afterwards, make sure they're well fed in proper like salamander style. That's my point, and I think it's a pretty decent one.
I agree with what you're saying, but I would apply that same logic to put him at the tippity top of genuine chef.
Why not space savant?
Because a culinary savant does not cook gruel for the masses like you've just described. You know, a culinary savant brings culture and wisdom to their cooking. This guy brings goodwill and love, which can make a great meal. But it's not gonna give you that spark that will soothe the food critic from Ratatouille, you know?
All right, fair point.
But I see what you're saying. Maybe I could be convinced, but for now, my head is top of genuine chef, not quite culinary space savant.
I'm thinking culinary space savant because I think this guy, as Aaron mentioned, he forges all his own knives, and this is like top of the line shit right there, and he is a fucking grill barbecue master above even our dear High King Arucatas. I think this guy, he's the guy you want to have on all of your barbecue parties. You if he doesn't invite you to his own, you invite him, and he prepares everything, and it's always going to be top of the line.
To be fair, I like that logic. You know, when you're hosting as a stereotypical masculine thing, when you're hosting a barbecue, you do not yield control of the barbecue. unless that one guy turns up who you know your barbecue is fucking wet for, and you know that it is Vulkan Tushan.
Why you gotta be like this, Tom?
The tongs do not yield.
I agree with your logic, gentlemen. I agree with it. I still think he comes behind the Spaniard, though.
That's a tough one. I've during this time I've been debating it, and
debate no longer because you're wrong. Yeah, he's behind. He's behind Pedro Kantor.
Fuck.
I love barbecue, but fuck, do I love Spanish food way more.
But what's your take on Issodon then?
It's Tushan.
Yeah, put him in the fucking right behind Pedro Kantor.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where he's going. He is going in culinary space savant behind the Spaniard. So, next up, we've got the only space marine who wears Terminator armor and can do a backflip and land on his feet. Gabriel Angelos.
Fucking what?
Of the Blood Ravens.
Oh.
I don't think he cooks, honestly.
Honestly, I would have... I'm really sorry. I have to say this.
Mm-hmm. Go right on.
If Dawn of War stopped at, like, Dawn of War 2, I'd be like, I'd be coming up with some kind of logic to put him in genuine chef or competent in the kitchen. But after seeing him do backflips in Dawn of War 3, I'm competent. This is one of the few chapter masters who's actually in a padded room wearing a straitjacket and everything goes on his head. I'm sorry, Gabriel Angelos is an actual gravel eater.
I fucking dare you. That's fucking Gabriel Angelos.
I don't think I agree with actual gravel eater. I just don't think he can cook. I mean, yeah, I think he's too busy dispensing fucking justice through his backflips and hammers, you know?
This dude got a fucking demon hammer from an Inquisitor, for fuck's sakes.
Where would you put him, Red? And why?
Probably incompetent in the kitchen, because he's way too fucking busy trying to fight off literally everything in the universe.
Well, if he's not insane, he is the hardest working man in the Imperium.
That's true.
I do think he's insane, though. I'm pretty sure Dawn of War 3 was just Angelos having a fever dream.
Sorry, stupid question. Which chapter is this guy?
The Blood Ravens, you monkey wrench.
Oh, Blood Ravens. Yes, no, I forgot about them.
So did GW, so it's not a problem.
Just from what I'm hearing, I'd probably put him in low operator microwave, because he wouldn't have time to make a proper meal, because he's got other things to do. But with the insanity on board, then
dude, this guy fought off the Necrons, he fought off the Eldar, he fought off the Orcs, he fought off fucking Chaos. The dude fights everything off. He's competent in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually convinced by that logic. I think if you're that hardy, like, you have to be good at what you're doing, right? And I think competent in the kitchen is a fair argument, honestly.
All right, so we've got 2 for competent in the kitchen. What about you, Aaron? Where are you placing him?
Yeah, if he's not insane, competent in the kitchen. If he is insane, then yeah, cannot cook.
I'm going to still insist on actual gravel eater, but we got 3 competent in the kitchen. So, where are we putting him on this list? Who is he ahead of? Who is he behind?
I'd say probably in between the Raptor and the Minotaur.
Competent in the kitchen, Aaron.
No, but we were evening out, aren't we?
Yeah, but you got 3 for competent in the kitchen. That still puts him in competent in the kitchen, Aaron.
That would either be low competent or high can operate the microwave in front of Gabriel.
Yeah, microwave. Yeah, microwave.
All right, well, let's put him ahead of the Flesh Terror.
Disgraceful. This is why I thought you got pelted with flayed ones.
Hey, man, I was waiting for someone to tell me where incompetent in the kitchen to go. You didn't speak up. That's on you.
I was trying to speak up, but the 2 fucking dipshits that are fucking talking over me.
All right, speak up now. Make an argument. Go on, make one. I'll move him.
I was saying he fucking is probably better than the fucking Dark Angel because he's actually a nice guy. So he's willing to cook for other people.
All right, sold. He's ahead of the Dark Angel. Right. Next up, gentlemen, we have Malakim Foros of the Lamenters. Now, he wasn't going to be in this list until I put the list in the fucking podcast references channel, and Andy, aka the Remembrancer, just commented on it and said, this guy. I don't think Andy even knew what we were doing. He was just like, yeah, just chuck him in there as well. So, thank you, Andy. We now have to do the chapter master of the Lamenters. So, I think he goes in cannot cook because the oven explodes whilst he's using it.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
I was about to say the exact same thing. It's not that he doesn't want to. It's just that he will cause a gas explosion just by stepping into the kitchen.
No, he can operate a microwave, but the microwave fucking kills him with radiation poisoning. He has a leak.
It's somehow like a really fast death, but also really slow and painful, somehow.
I like that we all pretty much had the same argument, because I was gonna say, like, he cannot / will not cook, because whenever he tries or they try to, they just lose 10 Marines.
Hold up, can I actually do this? I want to check something, boys.
Wait, Tom, is this the one that got warp drived into a sun?
Those are the guys, yes.
Was that the previous
Lamenters.
Hold up.
He's not the one, but...
No, because they did lose a chapter master.
What's this?
What are you doing?
I think this is fair. I honestly think this is the best thing we can do in the situation.
Entirely understandable, yeah. I can't argue that at all. Nor what I want to.
You know,
It's just the bad ending, you know. It's
listen, as the old adage goes, shit happens.
Killed by the microwave, of course.
It just happens.
Lamenters are just living in Final Destination, I swear to fuck. That's what their fucking lives are.
Gentlemen, next up, we've got one that I really wanted to put in this list. I've put in Karab Koln. Now, as per the image, this isn't Karab Koln, the Dreadnought. This is Karab Koln, the Lord Commander of the Badab War. Now, I'm going to make my argument first, and then I'll wait for Red to insult me, and then you'll tell me why I'm wrong. So, I believe Karab Koln would go in Culinary Space Savant. I think he'd be behind the other two, but I think he'd be in Culinary Space Savant because this man, better than anyone on this list, can orchestrate a whole kitchen full of chefs. There is no one that can command multiple other arrogant bastards like this man can. In fact, half the bastards on this list he actually did command in Badab. I would insist he goes up there simply for his ability to orchestrate others and other chefs.
Yeah, I was going to say
that's my logic.
I was going to say the same thing.
Oh, excellent.
I think that checks out. I mean, this is the guy you want running the kitchen.
He's like Jon Favreau in Chef.
He's like that fucking one guy, Voldemort from The Menu.
Ah, yes. Yes, chef.
Oh, yeah.
The menu.
Yes, chef. Yeah.
He is.
So I'd probably say genuine chef, but like the top of genuine chef. Because if he's commanding everyone else, he's not putting the love and attention that would be needed to make it that level himself in.
Well, no, he's already put in the work. He's already done that to get where he is,
And well,
he's put in the hours. He watched Verant Ortiz get turned into a pile of mush before him. He is the man. He's done his time. He is the closest person on this list to Gordon Ramsay yelling "idiot sandwich" at someone.
Yep.
So,
To be honest, if he
fine.
could somehow get Tyberos and fucking Asterion Moloc to listen to him, he's got something.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Bottom of culinary
going to
space
put
savant.
him at the ass end. I don't think he's quite got the soul of the other two, so we're just going to put him back there.
he's
Right,
he's
gentlemen.
just like Mr. Voldemort in The Menu, where he does it because he's good at it. Or, well, because he used to love it, potentially.
Yeah, the passion was once there, but all the skill remains. Right, gentlemen, next up.
And there isn't a corpse in his kitchen.
Right, gentlemen, next up we have Tyberos, the Red Wake of the Minotaurs. The Minotaurs?
Fucking
The
dumbass.
Space Sharks chapter. I
Fucking
fully
dipshit.
dropped out there.
Audience, this man right here.
The high
Why can
king
I
of
hear the
space
revving
cows.
of 6 chainsaws in the hallway? What the hell?
Fucking flick his balls.
I'm just gonna
Whack
say
his
it.
PP!
He
Gravel eater.
He can't cook.
No, he's a gravel eater.
No, what do
He's a
you mean?
gravel
He's,
eater, yeah.
he
He's like the
eats
poster
people
boy for
raw,
eating gravel.
dude. He's a fucking
He
megalodon.
almost certainly eats gravel raw as well.
He's fucking.
Like, how do you think he got so big? He was sneaking in extra gravel when no one was looking, right?
He got so big
Gravel
because
eater.
he ate other protein dense beings. All right.
He got so big because someone actually said, "Hey man, do you know how many fucking carbohydrates are in a block of uranium?" He ate the uranium.
Tom, what was that film we were talking about the other day where they were sneaking that one guy all their nutrient bars to make him bigger?
He is in Snowpiercer.
That's the one. Yeah, that's him.
Snowpiercer, where they're just
it's-
sneakily
it's just
feeding the
gravel.
one guy just like extra rations, so this one guy amongst them can be really strong. That's Tyberos.
He was the microwave that killed the fucking Lamenters guy.
Fuck's sake.
Make a new one.
If I
Microwave.
I can't. If I make a new one, it all goes off the screen. I can't make it fit.
Look, Tyberos, he might not be able to cook. He just stares at food and it cooks out of fear. All right.
Fucking.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I don't know what the fuck that equates to. That's like.
Well, I think that equates to can operate a microwave, right? And let me explain why. Because
It is the microwave.
because he can operate it telepathically
Telepathically.
with force of will. You know, he can just look at the microwave and operate. I think that genuinely equates to can operate a microwave.
Yeah.
There's a chapter master meeting, each of them asking what each other's plot armor is. Here's one that's beer.
Well, no, because you've got each of them one by one coming up to use the microwave. You know, who have we got? We've got our four guys. We've got Gabriel, Seth. We've got Issodon. We've got Moloc and Tyberos. Seth comes up. He really angrily shoves his meat in there, presses the button. Issodon comes up. He does the same thing, but calmly. Moloc comes up, but does the same thing menacingly. You know, but then Tyberos comes up to it. And he doesn't even press it. It just turns on in his presence. He just makes it happen. I think that means he can operate a microwave.
He doesn't even put anything in there. It just turns on, then he opens up the door and he breaks like out a fucking fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how we said at the beginning of the video, no plot armor, but I think his plot armor is so strong he just skirts around that, to be honest.
Transcended. Oh, all right. I'm voting for high can operate a microwave for Tyberos the Red Wing.
I agree.
Yeah, I can't
Exactly.
Right.
As much as he is the poster boy for gravel eating, no, yeah, the plot armor's the devil was.
Right, gentlemen, the final entry on this list is a real left fielder I came up with at the last minute. Calgar Drago of the Grey Knights.
He is the microwave.
Out of all his years in the warp, probably has a fucking microwave field around him. Yeah. Why's my head going fuzzy?
Oh, yeah, God,
I'm gonna say cannot cook. He would have forgotten it all in the warp. He found other ways of surviving other than food.
I think it's like a horseshoe theory situation where he's like, he's become so inept at cooking food that he's actually really good at cooking food.
How so? Can you explain that a bit more? I'm trying to visualize this. Try and help me.
Like as Aaron said, he's been present in the warp for fucking however long we know. And as we all know, the warp works in mysterious ways and it affects people in mysterious ways. Now, obviously,
sure,
you know, Grey Knights are supposed to be uncorruptible, which we know isn't true. But it's...
yeah.
I think his brain has become so fried by the microwave that is the warp that he both at the same time knows and doesn't know what he's doing. So
Schrodinger's microwave.
Yeah, exactly.
Schrodinger's microwave. No fucking way did we get to the point where we're at Schrodinger's microwave, man. What kind of fucked up parallel universe is this?
Schrodinger's microwave.
And I can't disagree with it.
Okay,
It
I'm gonna pull out a card that I didn't want to pull out, but he is a Vordo Draco, and he will provide the hams. All right.
What?
Oh no!
This is a TTS bit I don't get.
Fuck does that even mean, Red?
People who understand will understand. All right.
Okay.
I think being moved by Red's meme-fueled argument, I must say he belongs as a genuine chef, the high genuine chef at that. His pork ability is most unmatched.
Okay. I don't understand the meme, so like it's hard for me to say to understand the argument. So I'm conflicted. I still think like probably smack dab in the middle of can operate the microwave, but I'm willing to give because I don't understand the logic, the meme. I'm just like Calgar, I'm just like Drago himself. I'm just on the verge of knowing and not knowing.
All right, well, tell you what. He's the last one. one by one, let's do this. Aaron, where's he going? Where do you want to put him?
Bottom of competent.
Okay, bottom of competent. Moots, where do you want to put him?
I'm gonna say smack dab in the middle. Can operate a microwave, like literally in the
Right,
middle.
bottom of competent, can operate a microwave. Red.
Fucking the highest tier possible.
Culinary space and I would say at the ass end of genuine chef. So I think we've got one for each of those going up there, but most of them are at the back end or in the middle. So I'm going to say at the high end of competent seems like the compromise to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sure.
That's fair.
I mean, I'd say either. I mean, I'd say that either equals out to low genuine chef or high competent in a kitchen. But
You reckon?
yeah, averages.
Let's put them in there then. Right.
90% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Gentlemen, here is the list. So, top to bottom, no, bottom to top, we have, starting, killed by the microwave. We have the chapter master of the Lamenters, Malakim Foros. The one and only actual gravel eater, Kardan Stronos of the Iron Hands. The only one here who, in no reality, is actually capable of cooking, Helbrecht of the Black Templars. Cannot operate a microwave, we have Asterion Moloc, Lias Issodon, Flesh Terrors, and Tyberos the Red Wake who scares the microwave into working. Competent in the kitchen, we have the vast majority of them, starting with the furry, the sad blood angel, the only man who could do a backflip in a Terminator suit. I'm trying to think of... I can't think of a joke to take the piss out of the Imperial Fists. And the Ham Man. In Genuine Chef, we have a man with no hands, a man with large hands, and a man with a spear. And finally, in Culinary Space Savant, we have the Master of the Orchestra of the Kitchen, Karab Cole, the Grill Master in Chief, Vulkan Tushan,
yeah.
and the Spaniard king of breakfast, Pedro Kantor. Gentlemen, are we happy with this list?
The best paella you will ever taste.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I realised one thing we might need to change.
Okay.
And Tom will attest to this. The Azrael needs to get bumped down to cannot cook or actual gravel eater, because I realised it's British food we do it, not actually. That'd be his vibe.
Well, no, because Azrael represents that 0.5% of British restaurants that are in London, which are actually the best restaurants in the world.
You mean the French restaurants?
None of those are British, man. None of those are British.
Listen, potato, tomato, tomato. Who gives a shit?
Thief. Stole him.
Right, Red, unless you have any arguments to make, I would like to move on to finishing this episode.
No, I have no arguments because they fucking were not even heard.
They weren't even heard. It was all downhill after Logan Grimnar.
Fucking kangaroo court
Democracy
bullshit.
rules, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the piss take of all piss takes. This list right here. This is.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there's some pretty dodgy stuff here that can go either way, but our three choices for Culinary Space Savant are all perfect.
They're all spot on.
And our one choice for Killed by Microwave is also perfect.
Wouldn't have it any other way, honestly.
Honestly, no.
If I could, I'd put all Lamenter fans into the fucking microwave.
And with that, we would like to thank you for watching the Astartes Anonymous podcast once again. We are going to quickly hang around and do some patron questions. So, thank you all very much, and we will see you next time.
All right, time to go into the fucking microwave, Tom. Well done, making it to the end of this rather unintelligent episode. Hang around if you want to see us answer some very silly Patreon questions from our patrons. And if you're enjoying the podcast and you'd like to see your head on the wall behind me, please consider taking a quick look at our Patreon. You can join in on more of our idiocracy by joining the Astartes Anonymous Discord linked below. Thanks for watching.
Shall we do some patron questions?
Do I have a choice?
You do.
All right, I choose to do them.
Okay, sweet. We will just do them. We'll ask Red if he'll do them when we come round to Red. He might just say no. So with that, let's do the patron questions. So our first patron question this week is from Lufurius, Archmagos Dominus Punk, and he asks, what are your top 1 to 3 songs you associate with your favorite Space Marine chapter, canon, or homebrew? Now, in the effort of expediency and not being here for another whole hour, let's just try to pick one song each. So, Moots, what Space Marine chapter are you picking, and what song are you picking?
Well, so here's the funny thing, right? I literally make playlists for all sorts of moods, and I have an entire playlist for my custom chapter, the Iron Gorgers. And the one song I associate the most to them is the song Pansarmarsch by Raubitier, a northern Swedish industrial metal group, and it just goes hard.
Excellent. Okay. Aaron.
I am gonna have to go with for my homebrew as well, the Alchemists. Probably Church Burner by Periphery. Obviously, if you're more into the sort of proggy scene, then you won't understand that. But it's all about sort of the burning image of a god, and how there's only one god. That's pretty much almost one of the lyrics right there. And how it's just everywhere. There's always burning everywhere, which is very much of their vibe because they gas bomb the fuck out of massive swarms and shit, and it's very fitting. And it's also super fucking heavy, so it fits every vibe I like. Every vibe.
Entirely fair. Red?
Blinding Lights by The Weeknd for the Night Lords.
Hell yeah.
Blinding Lights by The Weeknd for the Night Lords.
Yep.
So,
I think
if
that's
you're listening
accurate.
to this and you have access to Windows Movie Maker 2009, can you make us an old YouTube style Night Lord music video to Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, please? I've got to be honest, this is a really difficult question for me because I don't really associate music with things. I am hyper eclectic with music, but music doesn't really... I don't really associate music with things. I just enjoy music for music's sake.
Wow. You're boring.
I'd really have to struggle to come up with an answer for this that doesn't feel sort of half-baked. I think, off the top of my head, if I had to think of a song of some variety to associate with my homebrew Space Marine chapter, gosh,
bosh, bakosh.
I may have to come back to you with this one, Archmagos Dominus Punk. I may have to message you afterwards, but at the moment, the only thing that's coming to mind is the fucking Dune theme tune, because my chapter's very, very heavily inspired by the book Dune and an awful lot of things that are very sort of desert, Middle Eastern based.
It's fucking Africa by Toto.
You know what? Let's go with that. Africa by Toto. Right, let's bring the reins down and move on to the next question.
God damn.
So, Rion asks, each of you must provide therapy for one Primarch of your choice. Who are you choosing and how are you helping them? Also, killing them is not allowed.
Damn.
Moots.
So there's a bunch that I would like to do. My obvious first pick would be Angron, but I don't think any sort of therapy would ever help with the butcher's nails, so sort of a lost cause. So I think my second option would have to be Perturabo, to be honest, because I think I don't know how exactly. I'd probably like just, make him feel wanted and acknowledged, and like give him some actual human decency, and then maybe he would not be a giant man baby. But it's yeah, I think that. I think the perfect 40k world would be where he stands with Dorn, building, fortifying the Imperial Palace.
That's an entirely fair answer. Nope, completely understand. It's a hell of an out because I can't choose that now because that occurred to me a minute ago that was the best way to get out of this question. So, Aaron, what is your answer?
I would also probably pick Perturabo and convince him not to kill his fucking sister-in-law, which is where it all started going downhill really fucking bad because he did it to himself, and people say he's a victim. He did it himself. He's victim blaming himself.
Fuck's sake.
He's a massive fucking pussy who did not kill a woman. So Perturabo as well is the easiest pick and probably the fucking mentally weakest out of all of the Primarchs, so he's easy. That's
horrible.
That's me.
That's horrible. What about you, Red?
I'd also pick Perturabo, but just tell him to, hey, get that pity dick out of your mouth. And then move on with my life.
Fuck you.
Okay. Entirely fair. I feel compelled to say Perturabo now since everyone's gone for it, but I'm going to go out here and I'm going to actually say Jagatai Khan.
The fuck? Out of all the Primarchs, you choose him?
Yeah, because he's the only one who doesn't need therapy. It'd be fucking easy.
Fuck's sake.
Just chill out and pass a booth. Be 10 out of 10. Honestly.
You
guys all picked the wrong answer.
You give him fucking therapy, not hang out with him.
Well, when his therapy's done, if we turn up, we enter, we shake hands, and he says, hey man, I don't need therapy. I'm like, you know what? You've paid for the slot. You got 45 minutes to kill. Just pass the booth. Let's go.
You know what? I don't think fucking Primarchs pay for anything. I think you just give them service when they ask.
Yeah.
Hey man, someone paid for the 45 minutes. We can just sit down and chill out. We could watch an episode of Bob's Burgers.
Do you think that's a fucking tax write-off, though?
Probably.
To give a Primarch therapy?
I mean, it's probably a tax write-off for him.
Yeah.
For him?
Actually.
He'll just turn up and say, hey man, listen, I'm just here to get the tax break. And I'm like, mate, me too, no problem. Let's just fucking burn it.
My dad just got this for me. He just said that everyone had to, alright. I'm just here, and let's just have a chat, right?
Yeah. He'll probably say, listen man, we don't even need to talk. Just put the TV on. We'll just chill.
Actually, you're the one who's receiving therapy from him, I think.
I'll ask him if he wants to watch Death Race.
Ah, yes.
With Jason Statham.
Probably Speed Racer.
I bet he'd be well into it.
What did you say, Red?
Probably watch Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Cars.
Or
Or
Turbo.
Cars.
Or Turbo, yeah. Or, I don't know, The Last Samurai.
Fucking, what's that? No, it's not a Keanu Reeves movie. The bus going fast. Speed?
Speed.
Speed, yeah.
Speed, yeah.
Speed. Gone in 60 seconds
know,
with
like-
Nicolas Cage. Piece of cake.
What is it? Was it 507th Samurai or something? Ronin? What's that fucking film? Tom, you should know. You're an index of films.
47 Ronin or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one. That's the one.
Or we could watch Ford v Ferrari. Christian Bale's great in that
This
movie.
is just turning into like a fucking hangout list with Jagatai Khan. It's just me giving him therapy, Tom.
Top 10 movies
Are
to
you
watch
telling me?
with
Are you telling me
Primarchs.
that there is not a better answer to this question?
I don't know. It's just not as fun, I guess.
I mean, to be honest, you just pick Jagatai Khan and just go poke and laugh at all his other brothers because none of them are as well adjusted. He comes into the office and I say, hey man, do you want to take a walk? And we walk down the hallway to Perturabo's office to see him sobbing into a pink handkerchief in front of a woman who's half his height and is looking at the window at us like, Jesus Christ, can we trade?
Jagatai Khan beheaded the son of an emperor.
No, the answer is Jagatai Khan. So thank you, Rion, for that wonderful question that I'm sure I have answered adequately. Is there anything else
right.
for this episode, boys?
Lorgar needs therapy as well.
Fuck Lorgar. He know what he
Oh, no,
did.
the reason nobody picked Lorgar is Kirion specified killing them isn't allowed.
Okay. Well, shit.
So it's like, you know.
And also, if you get Lorgar in a room not moving, Corvus is going to catch up to him, and that's not going to fucking go well.
Yeah.
Okay, that man's on the move constantly for good reason.
Fuck.
To be fair, Korax could do with some therapy. After the whole Raptor thing, that guy needs a hug. Like, bad.
He did that to
be
himself.
fair. Well, if by he did that to himself, you mean the Alpha Legion did it? Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been there. Wrong
I don't know
place.
if that's how that works.
You know, if you get depressed because you got your ass beat while you're traveling through the midnight London, that's your problem. Honestly, you're at fault there.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said earlier with the Lamenters. You know, sometimes shit just happens.
It does indeed just happen.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to draw this episode to a close. Thank you again, Rion and Archmagos Dominus Punk, for the patron questions. As per our little outro with Red that just went by, if you are enjoying the podcast, please consider supporting us via our Patreon, subscribing, and all that other good stuff. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.